First, we have Dr. Mathai Memon, Global Head of Research and Development for the Janssen Pharmaceutical Companies of Johnson & Johnson. Dr. Memon, thank you very much on a big day for your company, your critical new vaccine trial data. Tell us about the competitive, posture, the numbers of Johnson & Johnson. We've been talking about this as you were coming on, about the 85% efficacy on protecting against severe disease versus the overall 72% figure.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to. It's a really, really exciting day for us, and thank you for having me on and add some color to what you're seeing. So we are 85% protective against severe disease. What we mean by severe disease are those that either remain at home and don't seek medical intervention but feel pretty sick, like they're in bed and they're feeling pretty sick, or more severe than that, where they go in and seek medical attention. And it's completely protective. It's protected 100% against those that actually need to go to the hospital or those that unfortunately go to the ICU or even die. Every single person that's needed to go to the hospital post-day 28 after vaccination or die have been on placebo, and 0 have been on our vaccine. So we think of that as a particularly good result, especially in light of a large number of those cases being in South Africa, where this notable B.1.135 strain is causing more than 90% of the cases that we've seen.
And yes, that question would also be, so we think it's effective against the South African variant, which is just beginning overnight to pop up here in the U.S.?
We do. Like, so that, if I could highlight the single most important result for me is that we're 85+% active against the South African variant, protecting against severe disease. The South Africans that took our study had an 85% reduction in the number of those cases, and none of them needed to go to the hospital that took vaccine, and no South African died that took vaccine. So that's a very, very important result in light of the large number of variants that are active in the world today relative to even a couple months ago.
Dr. Memon, what the next critical step, I would assume, is applying for emergency use authorization. How quickly do you think you can apply and go through that FDA process and get it to market?
Yeah, so my team's been extremely hard at work getting these data analyzed and in shape, ready for regulatory submission. We're obviously talking about it today, and I'm hoping inside of a week we'll be able to submit this large and complex data set to the U.S. regulators, FDA, and soon thereafter to the rest of the world, to Europe and other global regulatory agencies. So we're moving as quick as humanly possible, moving heaven and earth, I would say, to get everything together in a scientifically rigorous but complete way.
And just very briefly, by mid-February, do you think you could actually have how many doses into the pipeline here in the U.S.?
So my expectation is what happens after, say, a week from now, we get our emergency use authorization application in the days or the following days, we get a briefing document to a set of advisors that plan an advisory committee meeting. We don't know what the date of that is yet, but it'll be a couple of weeks after that, presumably. And then FDA has been very, very hardworking right now and incredibly good in properly but quickly analyzing our data. So I'm thinking towards the end of February is when we might have an emergency use authorization, and we plan on delivering doses to the world immediately after that. Our commitment, our pre-agreed commitment to the United States is 100 million doses by June, and we've been on track and remain on track to do exactly that. And there's a schedule right now that I don't know the details of, but there's a ramp up to exactly that to get to 100 million doses by June.
Dr. Memon, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.